Hi everyone, Sarah from Arthurwares, and I'm just popping on to do a quick video demonstration of how to make these small resin glitter letters, as you can see here, which are really good for fine motor skills, letter matching, and because these are quite small, I'm going to be using some UV resin because it comes in a tube with a small nozzle, so I'll just show you that now. So to make these, what you'll need first is you'll need some UV resin, and as you can see, the nozzle here is quite thin, which makes it much easier to get into these smaller moulds like this. And you'll need a UV light. You can also use sunlight as well, and some glitter. And of course you'll need a mould. Now this is a silicone mould, and just a word of advice, if you're using UV resin rather than the mixable resin, then having a mould that's got some transparency or translucency to it will help, because you need to be able to shine the light through for it to set. Otherwise the underneath of your letters are going to stay quite soft. So the first thing you'll need to do is, before you put any glitter in, as you can see, I have used this one, I've still got a bit of glitter in because it's quite hard to get glitter off of silicone moulds. I'm just going to do Y and Z to show you, because I've actually lost these letters as well, so I need to do some replacements. So using the small end of the nozzle, and you can just put this straight in. I'm going to squeeze a thin layer in the bottom. This is before we put any glitter in, because we want to have a smooth surface underneath and we want the resin to set. I'm just going to give it a bit of a tap to make sure it's all down properly. And then you're going to get your UV light, or UV torch. This is just one I got from Amazon, I'll link it in the comments below. And you're just going to leave it on here, on the top and underneath, for a few minutes. If you work in thin layers, then it does set easier than trying to do it all in one go. We're just going to try and set this a little bit before we add some glitter in. Now that this has started to set a little bit, we are going to add some glitter. I always accidentally pour too much when I do this, so I'm going to try and do it really steady. Oh no, still put a bit too much in, never mind. Sprinkle a bit on. That's better. Just give it a tap, and then I'm going to add some more UV resin on top. If you're working with small moulds like this, you really do need to have something with a small nozzle to get it in effectively. Otherwise you're just going to end up pouring it everywhere. For larger moulds, the mixable epoxy resin would be better and more cost effective. And of course it would be easier to get it in as well. So again, just going to check. Give it a little tap. And then we're going to seal it with the light. So we're going to seal it on top, and we're going to seal it underneath. And then if it's a nice day like today, rather than use all the batteries and stand here with a torch, I can just take it out and go and put it next to the window in the sunshine, where it will harden and it will set in the UV light. Able to see how they're setting. I mean, this isn't completely hard yet, but you can see it's starting to go a little more solid. You can kind of push it out of the mould. And at this point, you can either continue with the torch or take it out and place it near a window. Just make sure you put it on a non-stick surface if you do take it out. Just going to have a go at removing one of these now to show you. Still a little bit tacky, a bit like glue. Just going to lay that one on top. Same with that one, just turn it over so the underneath can have a go. I'm going to put these near the window now. And if anybody has found out a way of getting glitter off silicone, please send me a message and let me know.